Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elisa Amari and I am Bluebird Relics, and this is my series Paint With Me. And in this video I'm going to be painting intuitively with acrylic inks, regular acrylic paint, and mixed media. So what I did was which I didn't film to begin with, I had put a layer of acrylic paint down on this journal page just to give it a little texture and a little tooth for the paint to adhere, the acrylic ink to adhere. And I'm just dropping in some colors. I dropped in a indigo blue and a cadmium yellow. Cadmium yellow, I believe, is by Liquitex, so it's a Liquitex acrylic ink, and Dahler and Raleigh is indigo. And what I'm doing is I'm just creating a base background for my journal entry. I'll put the inks down and kind of used water to spread it all around and create some effects with it. So I'm layering and upon layering these inks, and the majority of the beginning of this journal entry I used inks. Using a crimson color, crimson red, and I'm just dropping it in here. Note that it is still a little wet and the colors will muddy up a little. I'm trying not to blend them too much because I do want the colors to not get all muddied up. I'm just using a little bit of water to disperse the ink around. So when I sat down to begin this, I didn't know what the outcome is, what it was going to look like. I just knew I wanted to sit down and make a journal entry, and I just started laying paint down. This took me about an hour, a little over an hour. I did cut out the drying time, not to bore you with that, and I didn't speed any of it up. I just cut out some of the kind of boring, monotonous parts of it so that you can see. Here I am taking a stencil, just making some marks with the stencil. And I'm just using black acrylic paint here. And if you want to do anything like this, you can just use whatever stencils you have in your art supply arsenal. And I'm just kind of over here making random marks. Adding these different marks using different stencils and layering up after layer creates depth in the painting. A lot of the marks you might not see afterward when the artwork is finished, but some of them will peek through and show through. I do this so that I can pick and choose what marks that I want to keep. What marks are going to go and what marks are going to stay. So this is definitely it looks nothing like anywhere near what the finished product is. I'm adding a little bit more ink here and just spreading it out using a brush, just random strokes. You'll see it's blending in with other colors and covering up some of the marks that I've already made. since it's ink, it's sort of translucent, so it's not completely covering up what's on the paper at the moment. And I'm trying to use colors that are complementary to each other, and ones right now actually that won't muddy up, so I'm not going to throw red in there right now because I don't want the colors to muddy up too much, or else I'll end up with brown. And right here I decided I had the piece was starting to get a little wet, so I added in a little alcohol. Alcohol also helps to create marks, and actually even helps dry the piece a little faster. You'll see when I'm dropping it in, it's making little marks. Some marks will stay, some marks will disappear. Now I'm going in with some darker colors here. That's a burnt umber ink. Using a white ink here. It's opaque and it's by Amsterdam. So I use various inks in this. Mostly I use Daler and Raleigh, but I did have some Amsterdam inks, so and those are fine too. Both products are pretty good. And here I'm adding in some more indigo, and I'm going to mix that in with the white. Painting like this, just kind of adding layers and colors in and making random marks. I don't know exactly what the final outcome's gonna be. I'm just kind of focusing on the mark making. And when you allow yourself to paint like so freely like this, it's almost magical what can happen. There I am dropping the red in there. When you're using the inks and the mixing water, and it's good you can pick it up and tilt it, and they kind of bleed into each other. And like I said, it's so unpredictable, you can't control it too much. I'm drawing in the back using the back of my brush. I added in a little yellow. And as I'm going, it is drying. I am stopping in between to dry. Adding a little bit more brown in. Right now I'm not thinking too much about the composition. I'm just kind of adding the ink in and kind of just going with the flow and seeing what happens. That white ink is still wet, so I'm trying not to touch it too much. Alright, dried it, and coming in with some black acrylic paint, and I'm making random mark making here. Just lines and symbols and circles and swirls and floral shapes, whatever kind of came to mind. Still not thinking too much about composition here. I was a yoga teacher, so I always add in a random Om into my work. You may not see it at the end, but I always put it in. So now here I'm adding in layers of acrylic paint, I'm trying to quiet the painting down a little bit. And I am kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. Adding all those random marks at the beginning, using different brushes, different marks, different sizes, really helps to add some depth to the painting, because you can kind of see the layers of the underpainting. Although they're getting some of it's getting covered up, it's not getting completely covered up. I just wanted to take a moment to apologize for sort of being missing for a while. I hadn't put out any videos or content lately, at least not on YouTube much. Life always, happens, and I just had some other things going on, and hopefully what I'm going to be planning to do is just creating some longer videos, but they'll be a little bit less frequent. I'm still going to do my best to upload as much as I can. It seems like when I look like I'm getting a little bit too carried away with one thing, like adding that purple in, I stopped myself and took out my white and started adding some random marks just to change it up a little bit. Sometimes just adding different colors and using a different brush. Sometimes just using a different brush makes all the difference. Not so much looking at the colors, more the values. I was using small brushes for far too long, so I grabbed a big brush and decided to plop a big lotus flower right in the center. Take it in a little bit of a different direction. I couldn't decide if I wanted it dark or light over there. I think I started going a little too light, then added dark in, and then So wait a minute, it's too dark. I gotta go back. I believe at some point I do lift some of the paint up. Yep, there I am coming in with a napkin. I think I'm thinking there. What am I going to do next? Yep, there. Coming in with white. Looks like I went back and I got some acrylic ink. So that's a light green color that I'm using. De La Raleigh. I think from here what I'll do is I will allow you to enjoy the rest of the process and just watch as it happens, and try to pick out some soothing music for you to listen to. I'm just going in here and adding the final mark making. It's those like little details that just add that extra something special. Well, thanks for watching. I really enjoyed doing this intuitive piece, and it was super fast. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content that I'm putting out there, and share it. Let other people know that you like it, and it lets YouTube know that you like it, and it will serve it up to others that might enjoy it. Again, thanks for watching.